Good morning, dear ones. I hope you're well. I missed talking to you last week. I think I mentioned I was out on some various school class retreats. I'm still getting really lovely comments from my post the other day about how women are so much more than their looks and appearance. I have not been able to keep up with those. I'll really try to get to those, but I was away, as I mentioned, and I really think it's important that I try not, when I'm at work time, to use that for any kind of personal thing. So I will try to get to all those this week, and I look forward to hearing from you. Can I tell you a quick story? Especially if you're out there, if you're frustrated, if things aren't working, if your life's not like what you wanted it to be or thought it should be or would like it to be, if you feel stuck, if any of those things apply to you, then maybe this story will help you. And if those things don't apply to you, that's wonderful. But kind of the way life goes, chances are you have felt that way before, or you may feel that way again. So yesterday, my family, I have a few kids out of state, but I have several kids nearby. We had really wonderful Sunday afternoon. We met in the lovely home. It's technically an apartment, but it's the entire first floor of like a wonderful vintage old house, where one of my children has recently moved, and this child cooked a lovely meal for us. We sat, joked, and laughed and talked, and hearing my children interact with each other is truly one of my greatest joys. Anyway, it was just really wonderful. It was just like such a perfect afternoon. But all the more so because as recently as a year ago, honestly, even 6 months ago, things just were not going right in this child's life. Nothing seemed to be working. Work was just a terrible burden and drag. This child had a very long commute to work because the child was not able to find a house or an apartment or anything reasonable that worked. Certainly nothing that was in the price range, although this child had worked very hard and had saved up a large down payment. Just no matter what happened, this child tried to do stuff like regular, adult stuff, get a job, or have a place to live, this and that. Anyway, it was a source of tremendous frustration, and more than frustration, even those kinds of things start, I think, eating at your self-worth. You kind of wonder if you'll ever be happy. And so this child went through a period of a couple of years of just really difficult, grinding, kind of, night of the soul sort of things. And then all of a sudden, this child's life got better. In little ways, a little bit at a time. Found some incredible friends, started having a rich and robust social life, found a wonderful companion, and then found some progress, advancement at work, and then because of some of those friends, found just the most lovely, wonderful little house right near work, which took away the need for a very arduous, grinding commute. Anyway, all this to say, there are times in your life when you are going to just feel stuck. Nothing seems to be going right. It feels like you're in a dead end. The skies are constantly dark and cloudy, or maybe even raining. It just doesn't feel like you're getting any traction. You're not getting where you want to be. Maybe you don't even know where you want to be, but you don't like where you are. I think we can all relate to this. What I want to just say is have faith. Try to keep going. Things just generally work out. If you will keep trying with time and effort, it's my experience that things generally just work out very well. However you want to conceptualize the universe. I personally believe in a God who helps us with things like this, but however you conceive of it, it does seem to me that there is, sometimes it's long, but there's a pattern where our consistent effort eventually will yield results that we want. So try to hang in there. This is more than just being chipper or pretending, to have a positive attitude. This is the fact that working consistently, trying and trying and trying, and keeping going when everything seems to be falling to pieces, it's worth it. It really will be worth it. I could tell you another story about a time my wife and I were very frustrated and worried. We had some concerns about something, and how yesterday was also a wonderful kind of moment for us to realize that something we had been worried about and frustrated about were seeming to have worked out as well. So keep going, keep hoping. It's hard, I know, it can be very difficult, and I don't mean to minimize that, but again, just in my experience, consistent effort and time almost always yield good things, and I really believe that. I wish you good things. I hope you have a lovely, wonderful week, and I'm just sending you so much love, your Internet Grandpa.